Welcome to Two Guys Talking About. I'm Kevin.
I'm Bill.
And we appreciate you being here. Today, we're talking about, you know what August is?
Hot.
Okay. Keep
Muggy.
Going. Muggy. It's not where I was going. August is National Romance Awareness Month. What are you doing?
That's a heart.
Is it?
Yes.
When did this become the thing?
It's a heart.
Look, because of this, where's my pinky? It's hard for me to do the heart.
I'm aware. I'm just more aware than you are.
Not just Romance Month. It's Romance Awareness Month.
That's why I said I'm more aware than you are.
So are you a romantic?
Well, define it.
Well, first of all, you had to think about the question.
Well, because I want to give you a good answer.
What is romance to you?
That's a tough one, Kevin.
Thanks for
What is romance?
What is romance?
I think romance is that chemistry for us, like between my wife and myself,
As opposed to us.
It's that chemistry. It's that game. It's the game. It's the dance. And when I say dance, I don't mean literal dance. I just mean the playing, the word play, the teasing, that's the romance to me. I have potential. I have romantic potential.
How long have you been married?
37 plus years.
26 by the time this airs.
If you are married, even if you've been married as long as I have and Kevin has to other people, you're still going to make rookie errors.
Yes. Yeah.
You're gonna say or do something that's like, man, what was that? I mean, as soon as you do it, you know you're wrong. At the same time, there are occasions when you say something that, like, the line is so good. You know the line is so good that you've got, and the timing's so perfect that it's worth the hit that you know you're going to take. Am I right?
So it's like a dog who knows that I'm not supposed to eat that off the table. And if I eat it off the table, I'm going to get in trouble. So I'm going to grab it and go straight to my crate.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy. Men are dogs.
Kevin for the win.
Go figure.
And by the way, that is not the question of the week.
No.
So do you think men or women, and you can answer this too, do you think men or women, one is more romantic than the other?
Stereotypically, there's always I think women are stereotypically more romantic and seek the romance. Guys are simple creatures. I mean, we are. There's, I think, a lot of nuances and a lot of subtleties to romance. Sometimes when she says just a back rub means just a back rub.
I need to write that one down.
No, you'll remember. I think part of the romance that would be hard for a guy is, actually, I hate to say this, listen. Don't always try to fix things when your wife or your lady comes to you with a problem or just wants to pour her heart out, a tough day at work or something with her family or whatever it might be, just to listen and empathize.
That is tough, though.
That is a tough thing because we are wired to fix something.
Yeah, we want to fix something.
We want to fix it. There are times maybe in your relationship that you do need some counseling. And that might be from a trusted friend from both of you. It might be another couple, and that, the wives can talk, the husbands can talk, and maybe even the husband can talk to the wife and vice versa. What's going on, and the other wife might be able to lend some insight as to what's going on in the female mind and heart, and the guy can lend some insight as to what's going on in the male mind and heart, or your minister, or there are professional counselors.
That is true.
It does work. It does help to talk. In many occasions, it helps just to talk things out. When you reach those points of where, you're just not, and I'll tell you, and Marianne and I have talked about this, there are days sometimes when you just feel like you're a half a step off of being in sync.
Yeah.
It's just, you're not hearing each other the way the other one was meaning it to be taken, or you get a little out of sync. And when you're in sync, that's just, that's a glorious thing.
There's a website called daysoftheyear.com, and they listed like 10 tips, which we can post. I'm not going to read them all, but there were 2 or 3 that kind of hit me. One was go to bed at the same time. I hadn't really thought about that, but since we've been married, we always go to bed at the same time.
We have and we haven't. We do now. I mean, it was never anything planned. Marianne's more of a night owl than I am. Also, when I was in radio, getting up at 3:20 in the morning, I often went to bed before she did.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
but I think that's more of a necessity than a, well, I'll just see you later.
If your mate says to you, I'll just see you later,
you're probably screwed.
Perhaps romance is not in your future.
Another one that I thought was interesting was walk hand in hand or side by side. And like I mentioned, that when this airs, Lisa and I will have celebrated our 26th anniversary, and we still hold hands.
Sure.
And I don't even think about it. Well, I mean, I think about it. I do think about
Erase that part. Can you go back and erase that line about you don't even think about it?
Edit.
You might want to do that. That's one of the rookie errors that I was talking about earlier.
Do you guys still hold hands?
Sure. Absolutely. When we walk, we go to a movie, I always get my hand on her leg, or she's got on, and we're holding hands or something. Yes, we do that.
Now,
we still do not like crazy go nuts, but the PDA, the public displays of affection, I do that. Arm around her, hold her hand.
We've made out right in the middle of the grocery store. Okay, not really. I'm back. So, but talking about when Ashland, our daughter, was little, we'd be driving somewhere in the van, and I'd have my hand over on Lisa's seat or something like that, or on her shoulder. She was like, "Daddy, don't do that." And it was so funny, but it's also important, I think, for kids to see that affection.
Well, in your case, and with your daughter, and mine with my daughter, I mean, we are, in my opinion, displaying to our daughters how a woman should be treated by a guy.
Yeah, that's true. Another one is say I love you or have a good day every morning. That is something that we do, and we do it with the kids. Hey, I love you at night, in the morning. To me, it's not like we need to. It's an automatic. Because I just don't think in this society that we tell each other that we love each other as much.
Right.
I love you, man.
Love you too.
All right, see, there we go. Another one is, and this one kind of surprised me. And keep in mind, this is the top 10 tips from daysoftheyear.com. Be proud to be seen with your partner. Isn't that just a given?
Yeah.
I mean, how in the world can you stay married and in love if you're not proud to be seen with the other person?
Right. Here's something else, and this could be a whole nother podcast too. Also, when you get married or get in that long-lasting relationship, don't take that for granted or let stuff slide or become a slacker about how you are taking care of yourself. I think, we still, even though we're married, we still need to go on dates and everything else. And
that's true.
You've got to take care of yourself. One, you take care of yourself for yourself, but you also take care of yourself for your mate. And if I may share with you a quote.
Yes, do that.
Which, of course, now is not on my feed. Here it is. It's an Oscar Wilde quote, and I love it. How can a woman be expected to be happy with a man who insists on treating her as if she were a perfectly normal human being? When we start dating, you put that other person up on a pedestal and stuff like that, and I think that's what he's talking about. Treat her as the special person she is.
That's true. That is true. That's probably the whole takeaway from this.
There you go.
Tell us what you think romance is, or maybe some romance tips you've got, and be aware of romance this month. We really appreciate you watching this or listening to this, however, and we'd like to ask you to like it, subscribe to it, and share it with somebody who maybe needs a little romance in their life, if you know what I mean.
This may help.
This might help, or not.
Or not.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Bill.
And thanks for watching and listening to Two Guys Talking About.
This has been Two Guys Talking About with Kevin Kolbe and Bill Jordan. If you have an idea or comment, or you're interested in sponsoring the show, connect and find out more at twoguystalkingabout.com. Two Guys Talking About is produced by Kolbe Creative Media.